I'm Faith, and welcome to Faith's Take, where I talk about anything and everything that I find interesting. And welcome to my review of Rifftrax Live, Night of the Living Dead. Here, the Rifftrax crew takes on a classic in the horror genre. I hadn't actually seen the movie before seeing them riff it. The first time I saw them riff it, it was the studio version, which I thought was really good, but in my opinion, this live show is even better, which is often the case with these guys. And there will be spoilers as usual, so if you want to be unspoiled, head to rifftrax.com or Hulu and see the show first. Now let's dive right in with Rifftrax Live, Night of the Living Dead. Once again, we kick things off with a short, and it's yet another short from good old Norman. To close out this wonderful trilogy of anguish, we have Norman gives a speech. Yes, Norman can't even make a speech without going through hell and back. It starts with Norman's boss telling him he needs to give a big presentation the very next day, and it's all downhill from there.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Norman, the man Eeyore the donkey called the most depressing son of a bitch ever.
Yeah, that's what passes for a smile with Norman.
Don't forget you have to write a 10-minute speech that summarizes the entire presentation.
In Latin.
Don't screw up.
You're sleeping on the couch tonight.
The hell is Norman writing the Declaration of Independence?
It's just mishap after mishap for Norman, seeing as how he's just a magnet for such things. From getting his papers ruined to having nightmares about messing up. And it just wouldn't be Norman if he wasn't stumbling around a bathroom.
I am a failure, goodbye cruel world, plastic bag, etc. Well, they're gonna have a moan off. She's totally throwing down here.
It all makes sense now. He's Charlie Brown's dad.
She just realized she's alone in a room with Norman. Don't think there's any doubt where that speech is going to wind up. It's just, call me crazy, but...
Yep.
Oh, Martin Landau, spank me.
Norman's entire life is like the before part of an infomercial.
Is being Norman getting to be more than you can handle?
Yep. No day is complete until Norman roots around in the can. Ah, there it is, the most despairing sound ever produced by a human. My do not resuscitate instructions are ruined. Where the hell is my dignity?
Oh, damn yuppie businessmen in their middle school lunch trays.
Crutches from that fall?
On top of everything else, Norman has hollow bones.
And of course, after all the hard work he put into it and us learning absolutely nothing, everything goes wrong in the end anyway, because for Norman, there is no escape from the pain and suffering that he calls his life.
These Apple keynotes just aren't the same without Steve Jobs, are they?
Black turtleneck would help that.
He's got a detonator!
You know, the alarm bells that go off when Norman is around are usually just metaphorical.
Hundreds perished in the ensuing stampede, and Norman was burned in effigy nationwide.
Finally, God himself pees on Norman.
Norman Krauser will return in Norman Discovers Google Chrome's incognito feature.
Norman Krasner.
Now it's time for Night of the Living Dead, a staple of Halloween and the horror genre. This film really introduced the modern concept of zombies to the American people. Needing to shoot them in the brain, the weak muscular structure, eating flesh, all that good stuff. However, there are a few things that the creatures do in this movie that zombies aren't really known for doing anymore. But this movie really started these quote-unquote facts about zombies in the first place. So if someone like, I don't know, my dad tells you that zombies can't use tools, you can tell them, oh yes they can, Night of the Living Dead said so. But anyway, let's take a look at the story. Similar to Birdemic, we start with a slow car ride, this time ending up in a cemetery. We see a pair of siblings, a young woman named Barbara and her horrible brother Johnny. They've come to put a new flower arrangement on their father's grave when they see a man stumbling around the headstones. Johnny, being the driving glove-wearing jerk that he is, starts taunting his sister until the guy randomly attacks her. Johnny tries to save her and ends up getting knocked out while Barbara tries to flee to the car. But without the keys, she only gets so far and ends up in an abandoned, creepy old country house, complete with a rotting corpse.
Someone took that Foghat song a bit too seriously.
What's that?
Because they're taking a slow ride.
Okay, if they pass a sign for Valley Lodge, I'm leaving. All right.
Me too. Wait a minute, damn it. We had Mom cremated. What are we doing here?
And 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
I can't believe none of this came up on the 3-hour drive.
Sharpay and Ryan from High School Musical all growing up here.
There it is.
Next to that pile of fresh dirt and the lurching, rotting guy who kind of looks like Dad.
Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
I certainly hope he does not get eaten. He seems like such a wonderful guy.
I agree with you.
When making the 200-mile drive to the cemetery, be sure to always have 2 pens in your pocket. Two!
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh?
Yeah, I didn't mean it. Don't smite my genitals.
There's not much sense in my going to church.
These sweet leather gloves are all the salvation I need.
Yeah, you're still afraid.
Stop it now, I mean it.
That and I have mace are the words Johnny hears most often.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
When
They're
she gets
coming
scared,
for
she
you,
forgets what
Barbara.
words mean.
Right.
Stop it.
Look, there comes one of them now.
I just buried my beloved wife, you
He'll
ass.
hear you.
Here he comes now.
He's looking for his cemetery drinking buddy. Name a Nick Nolte.
Don't knock it till you tried it, Paco.
Hey, knock off the fighting. What do you think this is, an Irish funeral?
No, don't eat me. Don't let the glasses fool you. My brain is quite small.
Well, drive home's gonna be more pleasant.
Yeah.
Lady, why do you keep stopping? Well, whatever. I'll be right there.
Good news is, she escaped the zombie. The bad news, there's 2/3 of a human centipede in the basement. Yeah.
This is how I get whenever there are Christmas carolers at the door. I don't have any figgy pudding! Oh, careful. Indiana Jones might be hiding in that fridge. It's like a dancing kid in a Peanuts cartoon.
Oh my God, zombies! Oh, wait a minute. Hey, fellas, how are you?
I forget.
A Jeff Dunham puppet. Oh no, it's just a rotting corpse. Oh.
Don't scare me like that, man.
All of a sudden, a man named Ben bursts into the house, having just escaped some zombies himself. While Barbara, still in complete shock and just wanders around the house vacantly, Ben actually kills a couple of zombies and starts boarding up the house and setting small fires to keep the monsters out. And after a while, they begin to tell each other the stories of how they came upon the house in the first place.
Young President Obama, thank God you're here.
Let me be clear.
Do you live here?
The planet Earth, I mean. You are a human being from Earth, correct?
I dreamed a dream in times gone by.
We have to get where there's some other people.
Other people? How about a theater showing The Lone Ranger? Oh, no, that's not gonna work.
What's happening?
Oh, all right. Happening. Okay.
Thank you. Cut it out.
She keeps asking. Zombie Norman.
So just Norman.
Pretty much. Whoa! His previous career as a mass murderer comes in handy.
Don't look at it.
When you beat one to death and impale their brain, then you can look at it.
I wonder if the county requires a permit to burn a zombie on your back porch. I'll take that chance.
Okay, you'll be ready in 30 minutes. 20 if you like your meat rare.
I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too.
I'm the black guy in a horror movie. I may as well head straight to the morgue.
I'm going to board up the window. Yeah, this room looks pretty secure.
I like a room with good self-esteem.
Won't be long before those things be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now.
He holds a PhD in behavioral zombology.
I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it.
Seriously? What, was the truck going backwards?
Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what.
I started to stroll away from it in slow motion, just in case it did blow up.
This thing is just backing away from it.
Pretty decent moonwalkers, those zombies, gotta say.
Just plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or...
Wait, that was Black Friday. I'm mixing up my stories here.
Stood there, staring. Just wanted to crush them.
That was my high school yearbook quote.
And he said, "Oh, it's late."
Johnny
Why
talked
did
like
we
a
start so
cartoon
late?
bear.
And I
It's
said,
late.
Johnny. And Johnny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it."
I'll just drag this
And then
table outside,
Johnny
lay
ran
down on
away.
it, and wait for the zombies. Maybe spread some A1 sauce on my chest.
And I was going to look home. I screamed, "Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me!" And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped.
I think scene chewing may be the first sign of zombie infection.
And he ran and
The feng shui in this house is off. I'm gonna fix that.
Ben ends up finding a radio, and we start to get some exposition about what's happening to the outside world. Apparently, whatever's happening to them is happening throughout the entire country as crowds of people start committing murder and eating the people that they've killed. Ben, being the hero that he is, ends up finding a gun, as well as some new shoes for Barbara, who, surprise, surprise, lost hers while being chased by the zombie.
Mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins.
In other news, studies find radio announcements a poor way to provide exposition in films.
Now, let's see. Property of Pandora.
Don't
Open it right up then.
Don't open it.
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
It was only late yesterday.
Oh, and these.
Are they anything like the ones you lost when you left your brother to die alone?
This place is boarded up pretty solid now.
Windows right behind me notwithstanding.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Can't shake the feeling I missed a spot with those boards, but where? Where?
To the effect that people who acted as though they were in a kind of trance were killing and eating their victims.
And then doing some kind of monster mash, described by horrified onlookers as a graveyard smash.
That in all conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill.
Now on the lighter side, a local farmer with a duck who loves to skateboard.
Out of nowhere, two men come up from the basement, a young man named Tom and Mr. Cooper, who is the inexplicably crabbiest man to ever exist on this planet. They admit there were a few other people downstairs too, Tom's girlfriend Judy, and Cooper's wife and young daughter, who was bitten by one of the zombies earlier. When questioned about why they didn't come up to help a screaming woman a while ago, Mr. Cooper tries to cover up for being a selfish sociopath, but Ben is too smart for him and has none of his lies.
How long you guys been down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
To hide from doing carpentry work, I mean.
How are we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody that needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there.
Plus, my chest is all sweaty.
I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
What are the odds they'd get locked up with a 1930s gangster?
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up
Boards,
here.
nails, a mute, unlikable woman, everything.
You bastards.
Stupid hair-having bastards.
You know I won't open this, because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
Oh, he's not going to unlock the boards.
No, I'm not.
After we get a quick peek at the zombies outside, Cooper heads back downstairs to his family and closes them inside. After letting it slip that the others had a radio upstairs, his wife demands they go up there too. While of course he loudly disapproves, they go up anyway, where the others have found a television and they get more info about what's going on.
Oh, wait. Guys, this isn't Field of Dreams. We're lost.
Uh-oh, it appears the movie's makeup budget is increasing.
Brains. Oh, gross. Joanne's eating a bug. Ugh.
Mr. Cooper,
Come hang with us.
we'd all be a lot better off if all three of us were working together. Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Interesting choice for an actor to start with inexplicable rage and then build from there.
Let them stay upstairs.
We plan to. Really great up here.
How many ways those monsters can get in up there?
Judy's baking brownies.
We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Whatever you meant, you're wrong.
Mr. Cooper, Ben found a television set upstairs.
A television? We can watch The Walking Dead.
Let's go look. Tom?
Yeah, that's it. Stay with the rage.
Oh, yeah.
Don't lose it.
Murderer, you know what your secondhand smoke is doing to me?
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
Being Helen Cooper makes everything better. I should know. I'm Helen Cooper.
Her brother was killed.
Oh, well, maybe if he found a cellar, he'd still be alive. Ah, yeah, just sorry for your loss, whatever. Stupid loss.
You better watch this and try to understand what's going on.
Stupid victim.
Seen are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this? Shut up!
They're playing the home game of Bill O'Reilly.
The wave of murder which is sweeping the medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured.
Their remains have been sold to Totino's Pizza.
I think we have some late word of just arriving.
After even more arguing, they end up deciding the best idea is to try to escape. While the truck they have is out of gas, there's a locked gas pump outside that they can attempt to use. It's decided that Ben and Tom will be the ones to head out, Tom to drive the truck, and Ben to keep the zombies at bay with a torch. Judy decides to risk her life at the last second to stay with Tom, and they crawl toward the locked pump. For a moment it seems like they're going to succeed, and then Tom decides to be an idiot and get gas all over the truck and torch. Of course, the truck gets set on fire, and while attempting to get away from the pump, he and Judy end up exploding. Ben makes it back to the house, but Cooper, being the human garbage fire that he is, refuses to open the door to help him back inside. Ben ends up breaking back in and continues to be awesome by punching Cooper in the face. And of course we get treated to seeing the zombies eat Tom and Judy's insides.
Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door.
Tom was voted most likely to be confused by an episode of Three's Company.
Because we'll have to get back in quickly.
Because this is Thriller. Ralph, you're not even trying. Come on.
Tom! Go, Tom! Go! No, away from the zombies, Tom, you dope!
Huh. Pretty messed up making him ride in the back.
Yeah. Good, good. Drive as slow as possible. Slower!
Watch the dart!
I said I knew about trucks, not about what gas does.
We gotta go, honey. The black guy screwed everything up.
We'll be fine if I can drive faster than the speed of fire.
Ouch! Come on. My jacket's caught.
My lucky hand grenade! How could this happen? I'll practice my minuet before I flee. Well, I get that look when I forget to unload the dishwasher.
I could try grabbing some coat hangers. It worked for the Birdemic, right?
Yeah. Pretty cool. I have a black friend now.
No, you don't.
Still, this is the longest Harry's ever gone between meeting somebody and getting punched.
The most deserved cinematic beatdown since Ralphie and Scott Farkas.
I dragged you out there and feed you those things.
I'm always yelling that to the sack of birdseed I keep in my garage.
You know, guys, the rectum is surprisingly delicious.
Intestines, the fruit gusher snacks of the zombie world.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, say what you want about zombies. At least none of them are Instagramming pictures of their meal.
The remaining survivors go back to watching TV and see that there are now groups of zombie hunters who have somehow discovered that to defeat the beings, you need to shoot them through their brains. Meanwhile, Cooper decides that he wants to get the gun away from Ben to force them all into the cellar. While Ben is struggling to keep zombies out of the house, Cooper grabs the gun, only to have Ben take it back from him mere seconds later. Ben finally does what we've dreamed of doing this entire movie and shoots Cooper in the chest. He ends up plummeting down the cellar stairs, and we see that the daughter has woken up and become a zombie herself. His wife heads downstairs also and ends up getting murdered by their kid, who kills her with a garden spade.
The plan is kill the brain, and you killed the ghoul.
Yeah, my grandma stitched that on a pillow
I
once.
think with a supply wagon, cuz.
No, we're all right. Hey, Cass, put that thing all the way in the fire. We don't want it getting up again.
Wow, mankind is doomed.
How's everything going?
Beat 'em or burn 'em. They go up pretty easy.
Lots of people are dying horribly. This guy's having a great time.
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
I mean, nice guys, but they really let themselves go, man.
Oh, he's going to give it to Charlie Brown for Halloween.
Yeah, you guys seem good over there. Get this out of your way.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get in the cellar. Get in the cellar now. Move!
And his reign of terror lasts exactly 3 seconds.
Wait, what did I do?
The Krabby Guy community mourns the loss of one of their own.
Death can go to hell.
Oh, Cellar, beautiful Cellar, soon your precious mustiness and I will be together forever.
Damn you, Beatlemania! Yeah.
Karen Deborah Cooper, I told you not to snack on your father before dinner. This is no time to do the opening of Crazy Train.
I remember when this happened on a very special episode of Facts of Life, too.
As the zombies finally break through the door, Barbara gets dragged out by none other than her own undead brother. As zombies pour into the house, Ben ends up in the cellar of all places. As he waits out the night into the early hours of the morning, we see the zombie hunters come through the countryside toward the house, taking out zombies left and right. Finally, Ben hears the gunfire and heads upstairs, and as he goes toward the window, the men shoot him in the head. And I can't tell you how genuinely disappointed I was when this happened. He made it through the whole freaking movie, and if he just called out to those men, he could have survived.
I've been waiting in the car for days.
Wow. Johnny does eat her brains. It's going to make very awkward Thanksgiving discussion. You are going to buy my Girl Scout cookies if I have to chew your arm off.
Hey, don't throw Dad's bones away. I'm going to make a soup. Well, he's in the cellar. He'll never hear the end of it from Harry's corpse.
That's right.
Welcome to the cellar, Dick.
She's been spayed.
Yeah, good. Cover your eyes and turn your back on a whole mess of potential danger. You've earned it.
And cut to Ben making breakfast for the zombies. Turns out it was all a big misunderstanding.
Dancing in the kitchen to old Motown hits, snapping each other with dish towels.
You guys want a few more pancakes?
Our morning walk.
My berry picking.
My zombie rampage. Oh, God, shot by that guy? I'm so embarrassed.
Sporadic gunfire? I'd better head right towards it. What could possibly go wrong?
Hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
Oh, you'll stain the beautiful carpet.
Oh.
Good.
Wow, cheerful.
Yeah, it's Night of the Living Dead, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks as always for watching. I've had such a good time reviewing all these Halloween-centric live shows, and I've got one more Halloween video coming your way with my top 10 Rifftrax Halloween VODs. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys later.
Monsters that shine, crying tears, sparkly